What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today we're going to show you how to assemble and break down your Titan Column 12. So now we've got everything we need to assemble the Titan Column 12, so let's dive in. So to start, we'll take the speaker stand and the column speaker here. We're going to line it up to the screw hole here on the bottom of the column speaker and screw it on just like this. Once the stand is attached to the column speaker, we're then going to take this end of the stand and line it up to the screw hole on the top of the sub, and again screw it on just like this to secure it. So now that we've got the column speaker attached to the sub, we can then use these knobs here on the stand to adjust it to our desired height. We'll start with the top knob here to adjust the height of the top. So we're gonna loosen it up. We can then grab the column speaker and lift up the top of the stand like this. And then you'll see these holes here that we're gonna use with the safety pin to keep it locked in. And there's a few different options for this depending on the height that you want to set it at. So once you found the desired height, you're gonna take the safety pin and line it up to the bottommost hole here. And then when we let go, you'll see that the safety pin keeps the stand from falling through, so it's nice and secure, but we're also gonna want to tighten up the top knob to lock it all in place. And we can do the same exact thing with the bottom knob here if we wanted to extend it further, but for today, we're gonna leave it just like this. Keep in mind, if you were to extend it even further, you just want to look out for each of these holes here, because depending on how high you set your top pole, some of the holes here on the bottom part of the pole might not be available to use. If you wanted to use any of the bottom holes available, you would have to take the top of the stand and extend it all the way up. So the next thing we got to do is connect the column speaker to the subwoofer, and to do that we're going to use the included speaker cable here. We're going to take one end and look for these ridges here and line those up to the port on the column, push it in just like this, and then you're going to want to twist it to the right to lock it in. Then you're going to take the other end of the cable and line it up to the port on the subwoofer. Do the same exact thing by lining up the ridges, twist it to the right to lock it in place, and now we have the column speaker connected to the subwoofer. The last thing we're going to do is plug the power cable into the subwoofer, plug it into our power source or wall outlet, and now if I turn the system on, we're now all set to use the Titan Column 12. So that's all we have to do to assemble it, and later on we'll talk about how to break it down. So once we're all done with the Titan Column 12, we can go ahead and break it down. We'll start by shutting it off and unplugging the power cable. Next, we'll disconnect the speaker cable with one end at a time. So starting with the top here, we're gonna pull on this silver piece here and then twist it to the left and then pull out just like that. Then we'll do the same exact thing with the other end of the cable. So pull down on the silver piece, twist it, and then pull it out. Next, we can break down the column speaker and the speaker pole here. So I'm actually gonna disconnect the speaker pole first by just twisting it from the base, and I'm gonna twist it to the left to make it loose. Once it's loosened all the way, we're just gonna pull up like that. Now to disconnect the pole from the column, we're just gonna loosen it to the left and keep going until we can lift the pole just like that. Next, we're gonna make sure to retract the pole as much as possible. So to do that, I'm just gonna loosen up the top knob here and take the top of the pole and bring it all the way down like this, and then tighten the knob back up to lock it in place. And remember, if you use the bottom part of the pole to extend it further, you're gonna want to do the same exact thing, but with the second knob. So now we can take all of our smaller items and place it inside of the small bag here. So you'll notice that there's a compartment solely for the column speaker, and then there's a smaller compartment that we can use to store the pole and our cables. So we'll take the column speaker and place it on its side, just like this. Now we can place the pole inside of the smaller compartment, and you'll notice this smaller compartment has these Velcro straps, which will keep the pole nice and secure inside. So we can place the pole down on top of these straps and use them to secure the pole. And this leaves us plenty of room to place our cables right on top. Then we can close up the bag. And what's nice about this bag is that there's two ways that we can carry it. So you have these smaller straps here that you can bind together with this Velcro, Or you can use the long strap here and put it over your shoulder, and you can even adjust the length of it for a more comfortable fit. And lastly, to pack up the sub, all you're going to do is take the cover for the sub here and line up the holes for the handles to each side like this. And like I said, you should have access to these handles here so you can pick it up and move it around. And now you're all set to bring your Titan Column 12 to your next gig or event. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to assemble and pack up your Titan Column 12. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.